the first to know. Nsem-Pii TV.
Live report from the Financial and Economic Crime Division 2 of the Accra High Court. Richard Jampa Ijinadakamu, and ne day dear, the Attorney General Godfrey Yabwadaminankasa and Ashe cross examination as unlike last time, the Deputy Attorney General Alfred Twanyabwashasi Mobeji ne dear Godfrey Yabwadaminankasa na Shasi na Japa wusu ewo cross examination box mu no any questions Attorney General de pem no enya sem ketwa na I started ye no a the prosecution led by the Attorney General tender in Exhibit 82. Exhibit 82. And was Mr. Japa. Exhibit 82 ni Mr. Rohe na kadi wo mu kire. Japa kasa. Ana Attorney General say Exhibit 82 ye kura wi. Eye document ya kire kwan ya wo fa so claim 28% of the amount of the contract as agent fees. Inti people ye kwa wi affidavit ya wo swear say on saka 28% of the amount of the contract as agent fees ya 700,000 euro saneti ananye saneti Japa ankasa and Attorney General Bio say Mr. Japa, I am putting it to you say document kwa wi is an affidavit you signed indicating say you've received 28% of the contract sum as agent fees. Japan ko bien anoa. Japan say, my lord, this document has no signature. Document no ekura me no signature bi eni so. E hwa na Justice Efiase wa sare botwe sori and was say, Mr. Japan, this document has been tendered in as evidence and accepted by your lawyers and lawyers for the first accused and the prosecution. So please read it. Ose Japa, there is no signature na okikam. Sa se krate ye kwa wi. Ya ji atumu se eyadansi die. Wo lawyers ajiatu. First accused, case lato force and lawyers ajiatu. Sa so na oman ya lawyer fo ya bokwan dunu so ayde ajiatu. Enti besrawo kenkai. Na se in this affidavit, apart from say, Japa, 28% as agent fee. Japa G agent fees in this affidavit is say, or no Japa, and the dear Jinamu Emma Big C, General Limited, Ghana buying no in the procurement of the ambulances. And our then the company family Japa Business Limited and also. Another percentage of agent fees say a company Japan Business Limited and Ababe an intermediary between Big C in Dubai and the government of Ghana represented by the Ministries of Health and Finance. And Japan on one case as an agent ya wo broker deal and the company Japan Business Limited in Swajinamu as an intermediary ya onu and eboa ama government of Ghana and the Big C in Dubai in this ambulance deal. And no any information contained in the affidavit ya labeled as AT2 ya Japan Kinkaya or to papa so. And just the first as I was able to say ya jatu dada say ya dance die krata in Japan Kinkaya die wom. And now Attorney General say busa na bi say Mr. Japa, the order of the court Exhibit 82. It refers to an affidavit. One kasana was signed there dance say what this can be. Japa say on the face of what is written here, that is correct, my lord. I signed the affidavit. Mr. Japa say, Kratanu ekitami. Document 82. Affidavit. Chire sika ya magie na enokre miankasa ena masa na ti asem Attorney General say busai. Attorney General say as an agent, if you received 28.7%, how much did the principal receive? Now mamenchire we munchire the entire contract no 30 ambulances nearby Ghana boka 2.37 million euro. And Attorney General say, "Oh nipa bako, what to me aje 28.7% say agent fees. Yeah, tantamount to 700,000 euro. And ye sika say ne nipa no ankasa wa execute contract no. Japa, nsabeka. Japa ansa wode ba ye say, I am not Big C Limited. Tio, who no wo ye intermediary who represented the company in Dubai wa hano. Who nim sika company ni G, but who are agent fees there? Okay. Japa say, I am not Big C LLC. I wouldn't know because I am not the CEO of Big C General Traders, and neither am I a staff. Enti ha, Japa yi ne ho afri Big C Jumadi say onye CEO ena onye Big C Jumayeni. Enti sika kasa ekoka Big C nsa emra wono atumi apokete 700,000 euro out of the contract sum no ontumi nche. And Attorney General say, Mr. Japa, I am putting it to you that between yourself and Big C Limited, you received about 50% of the total sum of 2.3 million euro as agent fees paid under the ambulance contract, and it became your profit. And this is why you didn't deliver to the nation the new ambulance. And Attorney General said, "I catch them. Contract a year 2.37 million euro. So one out to me 700,000 euro as agent fee. Now a company friend Japa Business Limited, and so affidavit in it says also G over 400,000 euro as agent fee. It is more than 1 million euro as agent fees. Free 2.37 no. A less than 2 million euro and a Big C for no Eddie manufacturing bonus in their mind. Now when I will first worry, and dear pa ne betumi asha will say, provide value for money for this nation when you've already profited whilst the nation hasn't received the ambulances. When I say tam, a ambulance in the mind, a better don't confide that to name. The way in the question, Attorney General put to Japan. And a Japan say, Osre, court to man bre, na on king kind affidavit new, the on one sign, on sign, and king kind of you on car can see. Now on for answer Attorney General question. Now answer with the money. And 4 questions in the baby about making kind. I will quote him. That person, my lord, what the prosecution is alleging is completely false because this project went through various stages of approval, negotiations with government for years. In fact, the first proposal was submitted in 2010, and I was not part. The ministry has experts in ambulance specifications. This contract of Exhibit V was drafted by government, and the valuation for the cost of the ambulances, which is 15.8 million euro, was done by the government. Tia hawa no dia chichire no. Tia na 15.8 million euro no, and then the tiba 2.3. After the ministry had satisfied itself that they were getting value for money, they proceeded to cabinet. Cabinet did its due diligence and also satisfied. After cabinet, the specifications proceeded to parliament. The health committee of parliament sat on this ambulance project. Health committee no omo trans ambulance project. Omo ne didi usu sa memorandum of understanding no Yamo Big C will be and then the Japa and the on this memorandum of understanding in his reply. They thoroughly examined the technical specifications and compared it to the cost that cabinet had approved. The Committee on Health in Parliament also approved it and forwarded to the plenary of Parliament. At the plenary, both NPP, his own government, and the NDC voted for it according to his own conscience after thoroughly pursuing the technical specifications. Into a baseless history. History will be an imdada. History when Attorney General D kind of buyer say, Who company Big C was never mentioned in this memorandum of understanding, because when the committee sat down, it was supposed to be a loan facility facilitated by Stanbic Bank. And I'm for parliament without parliamentary approval. GOG in negotiation with Japan Business Limited straight away to Big C in Dubai. And then the one said, "Asam no boshi with the conference." And Attorney General, let's see, under Exhibit V, contract between Big C and Government of Ghana received either government or parliamentary approval. And to say, "Sir, Exhibit V no asese ya wakofa betuma woka ho asem." Ya ababe between Government of Ghana and Big C and Japan Business Limited. Abaya ama approval. Ghana mrase bedwan so ama approval. Japan unim sa yenti answer Japan deba. My lord, I am not in the position to answer. And Justice Efiasewa said about to say, what is on the document? And I was saying, on the face of the document, Parliament didn't approve Exhibit V. And the Exhibit V no a contract between Government of Ghana and a Big C with an intermediary friend, Japan Business Limited. Ya omokofa 207 buses at the Brayen, say you find ambulance. And Nadia Japan, I just to because document in the crowd. You can't lie when you are holding a document in court. It is impossible. Japan just to say, Ghana mrashe beja and sa any. And I will say, my lord, Big C has rather incurred huge losses occasioned by the government. And the yawa someone huge losses krona Big C incurred no Japan wona bichi. And Attorney General say, look at Exhibit N. That is the cabinet approval, is it not? It does not refer to the approval of a contract with Big C. Japan was my lord. As I said earlier, I am not a member of cabinet. And Attorney General said, Mr. Japan, you are holding the document. Does this document mention Big C in there? Japan was I think the one who signed will be the best to answer. And Justice Efiasewa said, please, Mr. Japan, you are in possession of the argument. Answer the question. And Mr. Japan said, on the face of the document, Big C is not mentioned in Exhibit N. Attorney General said, please look at Exhibit Q. It does not refer to approval of the contract with Big C. Japan has said, the best person to answer will be the Clerk of Parliament. Attorney General said, look at clause 6.3 of the contract. It talks about delivery terms. Ahana 71. Clause 6.3 no a delivery terms. Now my contract medical can come with me. Delivery terms in say there is no way a letter of credit should be established before these conditions are met. Condition number 1, Big C be manufacture the ambulance. Condition number 2, an expert will be sent over to Dubai comprising of members from the Ministry of Health, from the Ministry of Finance, from the Ghana Ambulance Service to go and undertake inspection works on the manufactured ambulances in Dubai and submit a comprehensive report to the government of Ghana as to the state of the newly manufactured ambulance. That is the second point. And to say an ambulance in a specification and then condition number 3 is that ship the ambulances. Condition number 4 is that after shipment of the ambulances, another party is sent to the port to ensure say Dubai no before ansana 25% of the contract sum is established through a letter of credit. These are the conditions. And not an Attorney General Ebusa Mr. Richard Japan enti wasi yama no kwan na onkenkan document ni to working kan mu na Attorney General side board say pan no say this contract was signed in December 2012. And then Mr. Jakpa, my lord, it is true. It was on the 19th of December 2012. And Attorney General say, the clause I am referring to is a contingent clause on others. And the Japan say, yes, my lord, it is true. The contingent clause no, and a machechilmu, and the actual.
When he became main driver, what did he do to us? In fact, at the time when we went through challenges which were domestically induced, I won't say that governments do not encounter challenges. Every government will encounter challenges. But the difference between the good leader and the bad leader is that the good leader is not saying that there will be absence of challenges. But a good leader is the one that in the presence of challenges and difficulties is able to mobilize the people, work with them to get them out on the path of prosperity and progress. When he encountered challenges, when we were in energy crisis, when doctors were asking for better conditions of service, when nurses, the poor parents were asking for support for their children to go to school, he told the poor people in this country that if you only vote for me on the basis of the restoration of your nurses and teachers allowance, then I'll ask you to vote against me. He told the doctors that he's not ready to negotiate with them on anything. At the time when we didn't have power, he was increasing electricity. When we told him that it's becoming too expensive, even though it's not there, he said if it's becoming too expensive, stop charging your phone. That is that fine difference between John Mahama and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. We have a government that says that yes, we acknowledge that there are challenges. The economic indicators haven't been easy, but we beg you, we have to take some hard pills now to be able to get ourselves out of this once and for all. Shall we look at these solutions? We need to do debt restructuring. Please, you need to let go a certain portion of your assets. It is just to save the state. We need to come back on our feet. And this government has been working day and night slowly to try to get us out of it. You are saying that we should get this government out and bring you. You who encountered, tell me, what was the global economic challenges we were encountering in 2013, 14, 15, and 16 that warranted the difficulties we went through? We didn't have power simply because we had generators but had no money to buy fuel to power the generators. That was all.
The challenge we're facing now.
No, we are not. The same challenge we faced for 10 weeks. The same challenge we faced for 10 weeks. So that's the same challenge, and you're right, for 10 weeks. Why would you let go a government that put you through that challenge for 10 weeks for a government that put you through for 3 years? That is why Ghanaians don't trust him. That poor woman that you left her child at home for not accessing senior high school is the one going to vote against you. That senior high school, that basic school dropout, who wanted to go to school so bad, but couldn't go because the parents were poor, and she had to fall for teenage pregnancy, is going to vote against you, and her child will vote against you. That is the reality. And it's very disrespectful and insulting for him to come back to us and come and ask us for our vote. And this is what the NDC does. They do this in every elections. President Kufuor brought this country out of oblivion, brought the country up to a certain level in 2008, where Ghana was called the gateway to Africa. In fact, we were said that we were in the golden age of business. Banks used to come to our homes to come and beg us to come and take loans. He brought national health insurance. He brought free maternal care. He made basic education free by bringing capitation and topped it up with giving them free school feeding. Even in spite of all of these things, President Kufuor encountered challenges in 2008. Remember the Wall Street economic crunch. In this country, fuel prices went high. At the same time, you couldn't even get the fuel to buy. You had to queue at filling stations for 2 days before you get 1 gallon to buy. Water was a scarcity in this city. There was shortage of water, and that brought the famous Kufuor gallon. People in Laboni cantonment will walk with Kufuor gallon, the yellow gallons, looking for water. Do you know what the NDC did? When they realized that the Ghanaian persons were going through this discomfort between March 2008 and December, they said, let's pick on this and let's press the emotions of the Ghanaian persons. So Ghana, forget about all the things, the good things Kufuor has done. Forget about all the progress Kufuor has brought you. They are thieves. That is why you don't have water. They are thieves. That's why fuel is so expensive. Go to the Bank of Ghana. They've stolen all the gold from the bank reserve. There is nothing there. These are their bank statements. ADB, NIB. See, they are criminals. They are stealing our money. Kufuor is promiscuous. He has a twin babies with Giselle Yazi, Paul and Peter. It's been years since Kufuor left office. This case has still not here because they were lies. Complete lies. Eventually, when the General Secretary of the NDC became Deputy Finance Minister and was being vetted and asked, Honorable, you said that Kufuor had stolen all the gold from the Bank of Ghana reserve. Please, you are now in government. Have you checked? Do we still have it there? So, you know, Mr. Chairman, I was not the one who said it. Some people said it and I only published it.
So you have.
That is how. That is how. No, that is how. That is how tricky the NDC can be, and that is the reason why the people of Ghana are today telling John Mahama that we've seen this before, we've heard this before. We understand there are difficulties, we understand there are challenges, but we are paying attention to the gains that have been made. For the first time in the history of this country, we want to protect these gains. So we want a leader that believes in the gains we've made, so that we see how he can help us achieve the orders that are outstanding. You have become vice president. You have become president. You've done all it is that you could. Shall we give another Ghanaian the chance? And that new Ghanaian is Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia.
Let's come back to the key policies you're running with. 8 years back, the key policies the party was running with. Key among them, the free SHS policy, as well as to lift the economy. The cedi depreciation, you promised us that you would stop that from happening. Now we're looking at the economic indicators as we speak. And it's not all that you had promised us. The cedi is depreciating as we speak. The economic indicators are not as favorable as we had hoped it would be. We're currently in the IMF when you promised us that you wouldn't take us to the IMF. So what's the campaign message this time?
So every time in the life of a country, there are different challenges. The challenges that was there in 2008 were different from the challenges in 2012. And the 2012 challenges were different from 2016. And 2016 different from 2020. Likewise now. Now, don't pretend as if those are the only things we spoke about. We told the people of Ghana that we're going to elevate the health sector, especially the emergency services. We have delivered. We told the people of Ghana that we're going to ensure that we give everybody access to quality education, especially at the secondary school level.